Hi everyone. Today I'm reviewing one of the world's top first-class experiences, Cathay Pacific's first class on the Boeing 777-300ER. I'll start with a tour of two luxurious first-class lounges at Hong Kong International Airport, followed by an incredibly spacious and elegant in-flight experience, complete with caviar and lobster. Let's begin this luxurious journey. I arrived at Terminal 1 at Hong Kong International Airport, where Cathay Pacific operates. It was late at night, so the terminal was pretty empty. There's a beautiful sculpture hanging from the ceiling here. Walking toward the B counter, you'll find the dedicated check-in desks for first and business class passengers. The counters are impressively spacious, and the staff help you with check-in efficiently. This is the first-class baggage drop-off area. Across from it is the business class check-in counter. Once you check in, they give you a small card. You'll need to show it at the security line for priority access. I breezed through security and headed into the departure area. Taking the escalator down, there's a train that connects you quickly to the gates between 40 and 230. There are 3 lounges accessible with a first-class ticket. One of them, the bridge, is shared with business class passengers, so I decided to skip it this time. First, let's head to the most iconic lounge, the Pier. The Pier lounge is downstairs, accessible by elevator or escalator. There's a staff member at the entrance who checks your lounge invitation. You get this at check-in. It seems optional, but they usually collect it. Let's go in. I arrived right as they opened, so there weren't any staff at the counter yet. First, I headed left to check out the buffet area. There's a wide selection of bread, fruit, yogurt, and drinks. Next to the buffet is the bar. There are plenty of couches, and you can dine while enjoying views of the tarmac. The lounge is spacious, with additional seating throughout. Inside, there's a library section with books and magazines you can read. Back in the main hallway, you'll find the business area. Each space has a desk and computer. Now, let's head to the restaurant at the end of the hallway. It's wide open with great airport views. There's also a bar inside with a variety of alcoholic beverages. Here's the breakfast menu. I ordered the Chinese set and wonton noodles. Both were impressive. After a hearty breakfast, I went to take a shower. Since it was early in the morning, there was no wait. Inside, there's a toilet and a full set of amenities. The marble tiles give the space a very premium feel. After showering, I decided to relax in the day suites. There's a hallway lined with private rooms. After checking in with the counter staff, I was assigned a suite near the entrance. It had a wide sofa bed and large windows with a great view. You can rest here for up to 90 minutes. It's perfect for plane spotting. Next, I headed to the massage area. This was pre-booked. Here's the massage menu. The room accommodates up to 3 guests at a time. I chose a neck and shoulder massage, which was incredibly relaxing. Highly recommended. Back outside, I walked over to the next lounge, the deck, located near Gate 6. This lounge was opened as a temporary first-class space, while the wing is under renovation, scheduled to reopen mid-2026. It was a bit of a walk, which was perfect for digestion. I showed my boarding pass and entered the lounge. As expected, the interior was elegant and filled with comfortable seating. The buffet here was similar to what I saw at the Pier. Further inside, there's a noodle bar. Here's the menu for the noodle bar. You can enjoy your meal indoors or outside with a wide view of the terminal. Since I was here, I couldn't skip a second meal. The menu was slightly different from the Pier. I ordered an acier bowl, dan dan noodles, and some dim sum. All of it was delicious. The lounge entrance also offers stunning views of the airfield. My flight to New York was departing from Gate 41, so I made my way over. There was a brief security check near the gate, with a separate lane for first-class passengers. Fast and easy. This is today's aircraft, the Boeing 777-300ER. Boarding began shortly after. First and business class passengers use a dedicated jet bridge. I was warmly welcomed by the crew as I stepped on board. My seat was 1A. The cabin is arranged in a 1-1-1 configuration, and the seat was surprisingly large and spacious. There were 3 big windows, and the seat itself felt open yet private. You can store your carry-on next to the seat, and there's a coat hook above. Under the companion seat is space where I stored my shoes. There's also a small compartment below the screen. To the right, you'll find preset seat controls, a reading light, and some literature. The fixed headrest was quite comfortable. On the left side, there's a cabinet for small personal items. Super convenient. There's also a handheld remote to control the screen and a separate panel for seat positions and lighting, including massage functions.
Hello everyone. It is a safety requirement that all hand-carried items are securely stowed under the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartment. If any items do not fit into either of
Underneath the side table, there's a huge dining table you can pull out. There are power outlets, and the padded side area doubles as an armrest. Under the left armrest are the life vest and headphone jack. To move the screen, just press the black button and slide it to the side. There are no overhead bins in the first-class cabin, making it feel extra spacious and open. Thanks to the high partitions, it still feels very private, even without doors. Now let's check out the lavatory. As expected, the amenities are by Bamford, a British luxury brand. Very nice. For my welcome drink, I chose champagne, served with nuts and a hot towel.
Enjoy.
They also gave me a handwritten note. Such a nice touch. The headphones provided were by Bose, reliable and clear. Here's the amenity kit and pajamas. The men's kit includes deodorant and grooming products, while the women's kit features skincare items and cotton pads. The pajamas looked a bit plain, but the fabric was incredibly soft and comfortable. It's time for takeoff. As we taxi to the runway, I spotted some other aircraft along the way. And then liftoff. Once in the air, it was time to eat. Let's take a look at the menu, starting with drinks. Here's the meal menu. There's a wide range of options. Of course, I started with the expensive Krug champagne. The crew suggested I begin with a breakfast set. I started with a refreshing fruit plate and some delicious pastries. For the main course, I had a continental breakfast. The eggs were freshly prepared. On the side, I cheekily ordered some fried shrimp. It was so good. For dessert, I had ice cream, naturally. Curious, I asked the crew if they had an actual kitchen on board, and yes, they showed me a frying pan, rice cooker, and even a toaster. Amazing. After the meal, I asked for turn-down service, and they made up a proper bed. It was spacious, and the blanket was super cozy. With the lights off, it was the perfect setup for deep sleep. After a great rest, it was time to eat again. I started with Cathay's signature drink, the Cathay Delight, and a fish appetizer. Here's the standard dining setup. It felt like fine dining in the sky. First up was caviar. To enjoy it properly, layer it up and take it all in one bite. Perfect. Next, I ordered the Sichuan-style chicken with soup, spicy and savory. With the red sauce and shellfish, it was incredibly flavorful. I also had a salad, then moved on to the lobster dish. Paired with rice, it was fantastic. For dessert, I had fruit and another cup of ice cream. As I enjoyed my meal, the sun began to rise outside the window. Next, I browsed through the in-flight entertainment. Plenty of movies to choose from. Here's the music list. There's also a dedicated section for kids and a few games. They had external camera views too, though the quality wasn't great. The screen controller was intuitive and responsive. Before landing, I had a light meal, dumpling noodles. They were a bit mild in flavor, but still pretty tasty. For dessert, I had a calamansi creme, which was sweet and tangy, right up my alley. I wrapped up with an iced latte and one last serving of ice cream. Sadly, it was time to land. We flew over Long Island and began our approach into JFK. Touchdown.
For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Be careful when opening the overhead compartments, as items inside may fall out. Please also check that you have all your personal belongings before leaving the aircraft.
There was a brief wait as a JetBlue aircraft was departing. After a long taxi, we arrived at the gate. Here's a quick look at the business class cabin. After picking up my luggage, I was finally in New York. Curious how I flew in this $35,000 seat for free? We offer assistance with earning miles and booking award tickets. Feel free to reach out using the contact info above. Did you enjoy today's video? See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.